really plead with you guys. Do the exercises. You're better off not even reading, but doing the hands-on. You must do the hands-on. If you don't do those, if you don't do the hands-on, the rest of it will be a waste of time. You have to be agile on that computer. You have to understand these different commands that we're doing. And the only way is to do them. And let me see here, got my machine there, maybe, yes. Let me just see if I can, I've been hitting on the wrong keyboard. Oh my God. Just 1 second, guys. Just a second, me adjust some stuff here before I ruin my whole notes. Okay, good. That's how I should do. All right. So, guys, everybody in this class has this. And I will go to my Oracle 11 from, just 1 second, guys. Let me see. Okay. 11, I'm in class T. Just 1 second, guys. I remember cloning my machine today. So my TNS name is, or my listener is different. I need to correct something in here. I cloned my machine. I couldn't log in the other day. So I cloned one from Stanley's machine. That's how come you see R69 there. Just a second, let me, what is it doing there? Oops, R60. This should be a 0 here. And anything else? Nope, everything else is fine. So go escape, command WQ, you all know those commands. Then I do VI on TNS. I need to go change the machine name in here. And change that 69 to escape, colon WQ. Now I can do LSNRCTL start to start my listener. And it says listener is running, but I'm not sure. I am going to do stop. Then start again just to make sure it's running correctly. Then I'll go to my 12, guys, just a second. Go to my list name directory, which is PWD here, yes. Do VI on TLS names. And in here, I need to change wherever I find 69. Change that to that. Yeah, up. Go back down that way. And take that out. I could have done a search and replace, but I've forgotten that command. Cool. Then do VI for the listener. What is that? Colon W. VI listener. Oh, I see you have many listeners. That's cool. Yep. Everywhere where I have 69, I should change that to 60 for my thing to work. We just fix this guy before we continue. As I did change my machine today. Any person sees L60 anymore? Nope. And that's it. Cool. All right. So, hey guys, Arman, very simple. No, Arman target. Guys, that's how you log into Arman. I put your /. And you are in Arman. How you do this? Show all. That's it. Okay, I missed the O, right? Show all. What did I spell wrong? Oh, who sees the error? Who catches the error there? Why do I have that error? Who has the eyes open?
The show is. I think your database might be idle.
Thank you. It says Oracle not available. You see this here. Or shared memory VM does not exist. So the SGA doesn't exist. So to start up, I can start up right in Arman. I've started up, that's it. One magic word, start up. Okay, while the thing is coming up, I don't want to sit there, and now it says me, oh my God, why did I take your database down there? I'm in trouble now. Target database control file instead of recovery catalog. What? Oracle not available. No such file. Doesn't see a path somewhere. All right, Stanley, your database must be in trouble too. If I do that,
Mine started.
we type start of force and see. Start of force means what, guys? Who remembers? What is start of force?
Shut down immediate and start up.
No, shut down the board. Yeah, you're almost correct. Shut down the board and then start up. Okay, come on, why did let me go back to Arman. Arman's playing tricks with us. Arman target. Okay, so if I do show all, okay, works now. I can change any of this, guys. I did ask you guys yesterday, everybody, to change this, which we did. I can change any other parameter. And after I do this, I just type backup database. It's going to back up my entire database. Okay? Very simple. Let's come back here, all of us together. And we chapter 23, chapter 23, verse 24. Yeah. I know I gave it at the page. Now I forgot the page. Okay. Hey guys, using retention policy. Who remembers what retention policy is? Somebody. What is retention policy?
What time to keep the copy that's being back up? How long?
Yeah, how long to do what? Hey guys, they give it like here upward somewhere.
How long to keep the backup that's been done?
Guys, everybody see here the first line. Everybody go back to page 692. Everybody go up there. Let's read that and highlight that if you haven't done so. Everyone go up there, right? Let's just mark that. Retention policy specifies what backups Arman should attempt to create and when they can be deleted. Okay, even decide which backups Arman should attempt to create or when they should be deleted. The default is one copy of every file. Then there's something called this using retention policy again. Let's just read this a tiny little bit, and then I will skip and move forward, okay? I want you guys to read this. So retention policy. Backup can be automatically retained and managed using this, guys. Recovery window or redundancy. I want everybody, please, everybody should really underline that word there, this section. Everybody mark this, put a big question sign here. The two words here are this: recovery window and redundancy. So retention policy can either be recovery window or it can be redundancy. Using a recovery window, Arman will retain as many backups as necessary to bring the database to any point in time within the recovery window. So guys, everybody should catch this like this. So using the recovery window, Arman will retain as many backups as necessary to bring the database to any point in time within the recovery window. That's when you're using recovery window, right? Recovery window means I have this window of time in which I should be able to take that database back in time. For example, with a recovery window of 7 days, Arman will retain enough image copies, incremental backups, and archive radio logs to ensure that the database can be restored and recovered to any point in time within the last 7 days. So guys, count that word. Any point in time. Any backup that has not any backups that are not needed to support the recovery window are marked as obsolete. We're going to see that word obsolete. What again? What obsolete backups? They are backups. Backups that are not needed to support the recovery window. They are called obsolete backups. And those obsolete ones mean they can be deleted and are automatically removed by Arman if you are using the fast recovery area on disk. Okay? And disk space is needed for new backups. Right. Oops. Like that. Yes, guys, this is so important. In contrast to redundancy, so let's go now to redundancy. So people, go back to the top. There is a recovery window. Then there's redundancy. Okay, so did everybody kind of understand what a recovery window is all about? When we look at the book that much.
Yes, sir.
Recovery window. A window in which we can recover the database to any point in time. That's all it is. Means Arman will keep enough backup so that we can do that. Then what about redundancy retention policy? Oops. So guys, let's talk about this one here. Get me a nice color. Where's my thing? Come on, buddy. So let's talk about redundancy retention policy. So this one directs Arman to retain the specified number of backups. Hey guys, this one just has with number of backups. I could say, hey, I want to back up my data files 5 times. In that case, I'll do my redundancy retention policy equals 5. And when you do that, any extra copies or backups beyond the number specified in the redundancy policy are marked as absolute. As with the recovery window, absolute backups are automatically deleted. So what happens to those bad boys? Automatically removed. In this is automatically removed if this space is needed and the fast recovery area is used. If you're not using the FRA, they will not be deleted. Otherwise, you can use the delete obsolete command to manually remove backup files. So guys, there is a command for delete obsolete. What is it used for? Used to manually remove backup files and update the pattern. Okay. If the retention policy is not set, if the retention policy is set to none, so guys, what happens if we actually set that thing to none? No backups or copies are ever considered obsolete. So guys, big dangerous words here, right? None. So retention policy set to none. That means no backups. The copies are ever considered. And the DBA must manually remove unneeded backups from the catalog and from disk. By default, the retention policy is a single copy. I know we saw that somewhere. Right? With the retention policy set to 1. You can set the retention policy to 2 copies using the following syntax. So you can set it up like that. Configure retention policy to redundancy 2. The retention policy to redundancy 2. The following example sets the retention policy to a recovery window of 4 days. Yes. So continue retention policy to recovery window of 4 days. What else do they have? Anyway, let's move on. Check the best practices recommended using recovery window. And performing a journey. Okay. I won't go reading this whole thing again. Let's see if there's any one word here that's important. Yes. One very, very important word that we've seen in class, which I would stop everybody to write down. If you don't know, everybody should write it down that way. Control file record keep time. Everybody must know what that parameter means. Who remembers what that parameter means for us?
It's how long to keep the copy of the control file that was being
backed up. Yeah, you have the idea, but guys, everybody watch. The details of Arman backups are maintained up to the time specified in the init parameter control file record keep time. Here is how you disable the retention. So guys, who gets it right now? Well, that's not the whole story, but it's given there. What is the use of control file record keep time? Somebody rephrase again. If somebody could get it correctly. It control file record keep time, right? Determines how long the target database's control file should hold metadata about backup, hold information about backup, or hold details about your backups. Because when you backup using RMAN, metadata is stored in how many places? Who remembers?
2 places.
2 places. It can be the control file or
the catalog.
Or the catalog database. Thank you. There's a database called the catalog. It's a real database that you create. I store all backup details there. Can somebody give me one metadata of RMAN backup? One piece of information that is inside the catalog or inside the repository when you run RMAN. Anybody? Well, are we doing this class together? Everybody watch this. Let me see if I can lock into that machine, can I? Just 1 second. Hitting the wrong keyboard. So guys, everybody watch this. The control file keeps the details, the metadata, or information about your backups in the control file for as long as the value specified by control file record keep time. So if I do this, backup, table, space, users. See what the metadata is. That is the metadata coming out. So they ask you what is inside the target database control file as metadata for RMAN is this information here. This is information about the backup. For Oracle to restore this file, you must know where this is, you must read this information, and you can read it from the control file or from the catalog database. So, can someone tell me again what the information about, what the database, the RMAN catalog contains? What's inside?
The metadata.
The metadata of the backup that was being done.
What is the metadata?
The server process.
No. Okay, continue.
The server process, the input data file, and the pieces of the backup. When it started and when it's specify what data files to backup, the big backup sets in the kind of backup that was being done. Who data file.
Okay. Who doesn't see that? Let me know. Who doesn't see what she just talked about?
I don't, sir.
Okay. Everybody watch here carefully. One of the last times, I typed that statement, and RMAN started to give me this. That is metadata, information about the backup. It started by, it told us when the backup was starting. Then it allocated one channel. In other words, allocated one server process to do our backup. And here is telling us, okay, the backup is going to be type disk, and it's a full data file. Okay, and it says, okay, it specifies the data files that are going to be in the backup set. Okay, in this case, one data file only. It tells us when it was starting to back up, when it got there. It tells us where the backup is located. See that piece there. Cool. Of course, when it finished. And of course, starting control file, tells us, okay, backup control file and SP file. And many other things. Okay? This information is stored inside the control file. And the quantity of that information stored would depend on the control file record keep time. Just 1 second. Okay, let's continue. So guys, if you want to disable that, you just do configure retention policy to none. Let's see, format specifiers. So guys, when we do the backup, we have to format the files in a specific way. Okay? Usually, you will want to automate the naming of backup sets. So guys, this is the key here. Automate the naming. Let them be automatic. This will allow you to run the same script repeatedly. Yep, you do that. Generating different output file names every time. You will not know the names, but Arman will. See that? You will not even know the names of the file, but Arman will know the names for you. This is an important part of automating the backup process. To generate names, configure persistent format specifiers using a combination of literals such as directory names and variables. The variables are, so guys, we need to pay attention to these variables. It's the same, almost the same variables we saw in data point. So guys, if you put %d, means you want your database name. %e, archive lock sequence number. And then %f is absolute file number. Cool. We're going to use those. There's some more. Then there's %f in caps. Combines the database identifier, day, month, year, and space, and sequence number separated by commas. Okay, let me read that again. So %f, we are told here, combines the database identifier, the day, the month, the year, and sequence number separated by dashes. Okay, we're going to look at that in practice. Don't worry about that. Then there's %c, copy, that one is copy number of multiple copies, %i, DBID, %n, table space name, padded with 8 characters. Then there's %t, backup set, %p, piece number, s, backup set number, t, backup timestamp. I don't want you guys to notice this. Why do they have it twice? Okay, the same thing up here. Then %u. In effect, 8 random characters. So guys, that you will always use that one. It will just add 8 random characters to your file name. so that no two file names will be the same. Then there is %u in caps. System generated unique file name. That's the default. By backup set, it is equivalent to, well, and they say for data files will be different, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I won't even get into that. Never seen that. Configure RMAN and perform backup. I could have asked you guys to do this yesterday. But we did all of this already, even today, right? Because we did that retention, we did show all. Then even in class today, we did configure retention policy 2. Recovery window of 4 days. Let's use recovery window of 14 days. Then there is configure backup optimization, auto on, parallelism 4. I don't have to read all of this again, we saw them, right? But I think these are the ones that you need to change. Hey. You need to change those ones. I mean, change in RMAN, okay? Then backup the database. So guys, isn't backup easy? Backup database. Then after backup, you can say, oops, I need to backup my archive log files. And then delete. Everyone that you backup, you delete it. Everybody with me, underline me this delete input. Hopefully we'll see where I can explain it a little bit more. Okay, let me see something else. Any other thing for me to explain here?
So, Prof, I just have a quick question so I can get the grip of this RMAN backup. So when you show all, you're showing all the configuration before you back up the database. So you're working.
You only do show if you want to change, because you're doing show to see what
are being configured for
what the configurations are.
Okay, so when you now back up the database, you invoke what has been configured.
Huh?
When you type in.
No, listen. RMAN configurations are there just to prepare the environment for backup. That's the whole purpose. They prepare the environment. They tell us what would happen with our backup, or they tell us how the backup will be done.
Okay.
That's all that stuff is. Like this one, let me see if I could go back to show all. Like this one here, it tells us that it's telling us that currently we do show all. My retention policy right now is 1.
Okay.
My backup optimization is off. Default device type to disk, so backup to disk, and control file auto backup on. Then if you want to change it, you just copy the whole sentence and change that value on your right hand side.
Okay.
So like here is on, you change that to off. Like here is disk, you change that to tape.
Okay.
All right. Let me see what else. Because okay, we've seen those formattings. So we're going to move on.
Excuse me, Prof.
Yes.
For the backup to change the disk, can it be changed to cloud as well?
Yeah, you can change it to cloud. But
okay.
It requires some more formatting. You can change it to tape. Change to anything you want. All right. So just a second. Let me move up a little bit. Now we pass that. advanced RMAN capabilities. There's some that are advanced. So let's see what this one is. To get the best out of RMAN, most sites will want to use the recovery catalog for RMAN repository. So guys, recovery catalog for RMAN repository. When you are using the catalog, you have more advanced capabilities than if you're using just the control file. Okay. While not essential, a catalog enhances RMAN's capability significantly. RMAN has many other backup capabilities beyond the basic functionality described here. So guys, they tell us about the recovery catalog here. That recovery catalog is inside a recovery catalog database. We are not going to do that in class, so I may skip this. I'm not going to do recovery catalog. We don't have enough time. You guys are not working fast enough for me to spend time doing that. If you manage more than one database in your environment and you want to keep a record, you want to keep your recovery information for longer times than control file record keep time of 7, then you need a recovery catalog to store the RMAN repository. So guys, if you have dozens or hundreds of databases and you're running RMAN, then you're better off creating another database to use as a recovery catalog than trying to run RMAN in every single database. A single recovery catalog can store RMAN information for a virtually unlimited number of targets. That's something called stored scripts. You can actually store scripts inside the catalog. Stored scripts is another means to use recovery catalog. Well, another reason, excuse me. So why do we use recovery catalog? Stored scripts. So how does that play with us? You say you cannot store scripts in the target database configuration file. So scripts are stored only in the recovery catalog. That's why. You can save a sequence of commands as a single script to make it easy to run the sequence of commands on demand or perhaps on the specific schedule. A script can be tied to a specific target. Okay. Let's not even get to that. Nobody's going to ask us. Because you can put the metadata of several databases into a single repository catalog, the RC view, such as this and that, are created in the recovery catalog database to retrieve metadata for all target databases. So guys, let me go back here. Let's look at some words here. The big words here is something RC views, RC catalog, RC backup, RC database. Otherwise, separately and query the, excuse me, I missed the line. Otherwise, when you are using a target database control file, you must connect to each database separately and query the $view based on the control file. Guys, that's a reason for you not to use the target control files if you have multiple databases that you are working with. Multiple databases that you are backing up. Might as well use the catalog. Okay, let's see some other few things. Finally, using the recovery catalog permits you to use the following RMAN commands. So guys, there's backup, keep until time. That's a backup an rman command. When you run that command, right, what it does is it tells rman to keep a backup for a period of time that differs from the configured retention policy. Then there is backup keep forever. What would that one do? Okay, keep a backup indefinitely or until you manually remove it. Then there's report schema act. That one show the structure of a database at a specific time in the past. Report schema. Okay, we may see those along the way when we do the higher classes. Okay, configure the recovery catalog database. Yes, we would not configure
So,
that.
Prof,
Yes, sir.
does it mean, if I understand the recovery, this option here, it overrides the
control file metadata? No.
Yes.
No, the
Okay.
description is still being kept.
Okay, they're just different versions.
There are different places, there are
Different locations, yes.
Where you can keep that information. That's all.
This catalog is almost like the concept of container database.
Yes,
like
kind of the same.
Container backup.
Yeah, it's actually like it's a database that holds information on your backup. That's all. You create a database to store the backup information inside. That's what they call the catalog database. Configure the recovery catalog database. So guys, catch the name, recovery catalog database. Connect to the repository database. Which one that is? In this case, RCAP. So we create a database called RCAP. And you connect it with sysdba privilege and create the recovery catalog in your RMAN table space as follows. So guys, can somebody in class tell me what this means? Everybody watch on the screen. What does that command do? Can somebody guess?
It will set the database environment.
Yep. Aura environment. That's Oracle environment. So guys, watch this now and now and now and now. Let's see if I could bring up, where's that in the sheet? So guys, watch this. Oops, come on. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, playing with the wrong keyboard there. Okay, hey guys, watch this. Everybody, when I finish this, you must write this one down, okay? So, Aura ENV, Oracle environment, hit enter. You ask me, which Oracle seed do you want to use? Let's say, for example, I appointed class. No, what's that other one? BTDev?
Yes.
Let's hit BTDev and see. The Oracle base remains unchanged in the value. So now, let's see Stanley. If we are truly in that database, if I do this, nothing seems to. It was still in Oracle 12. No, Oracle 11. Let me do describe $, instance. I'm just looking for the instance name. I do select, oops. 9 o'clock. So I just select instance name. The instance name, I want to see if it's correct, okay? I set that environment, but I'm sure I did not set where I need. Class T, class T, forget you. It did not say. Okay. But I think normally it wants you to have the databases on this machine to be from the same Oracle home. Okay? But Aura ENV, if you have many databases, you use Aura ENV to switch Oracle environments and within the same Oracle home. Cool. But that will just in case you ever see that command, you better know what it means. Aura ENV. Okay, hey guys, how do we configure this recovery catalog? Those who really, really want to do it, I can give you some notes to follow to create this catalog, okay? But tell you the truth, I would not spend time here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
If you can
So those who are doing their homework, if you're not doing your homework, there's no point in even waste time doing this one. Hey guys, but the point is this. We're going to create a database called recovery RCAT, okay? And we'll lock in there as sys. Once we log in, we're going to create a table space called RMAN. I'll make it auto extend. But most importantly, there's some little thing here. The data file will be in there. This thing here, if you have your Bogo 2, you want to write there. This is an ASM disk group. Okay, the data. Then create the recovery catalog. Guys, this is how you create the recovery catalog. Really easy. What we do, number one, is we create the user. Then give the user a password. They will grant recovery catalog to RCAT owner. Who's RCAT owner here? RCAT owner here is the user we just created at the top. And the predefined recovery catalog owner. So guys, by the way, I really want everybody to circle this because this you see this in an Oracle exam. That a user needs to back up your database with RMAN. What privilege do you give him? Recovery catalog owner.
Please, Prof, can you create us a breaker room?
Yes, just a second. So, then after that, create your recovery catalog, and really it's this command right here. Create, very simple command, create catalog. You create catalog. But notice, before you create catalog, you connect into the catalog database. See, that's the catalog database connection. Then you do create catalog and it's created. Then you do some synchronized thing with register database and stuff like that. But we won't be doing that in class. We'll do that later. Create and use RMAN stored scripts. I would swing through this. No, by the way, let me just talk about stored script. What is a stored script? Let's just see here, guys. Everybody watch. People could pick up what a stored script is. What is a stored script? Okay. Here, guys. Stored scripts help you automate repetitive groups of RMAN commands. The scripts are stored where? In the catalog or recovery catalog. A stored script can be tied to a single target database or to be visible to all target databases registered in the recovery catalog. That's all we'll talk about that stored script, which I know you guys will even remember. And you create that thing like this. You create global, means everybody can see it. Script. You give the name of your script. That's your name right there. Then You mention the kind of backup. Backup database plus archival files. Cool. But we won't do any exercise with that, not even one. So let me skip that whole area and go further. And let's go to the most important part of the class, of the backup. Everybody swing to incremental backups. Yep, that is page 701. What are incremental backups? Guys, when you get there, I want you to write on this page for me, recommended. This is the recommended Arman backup method. Cool. An incremental backup. So guys, what is an incremental backup? Can be one of two types. Guys, level 1 or level 2. Level 1, level 2. Now, what is a level 1 backup? A level 1 incremental.
Or level 1.
Oh, excuse me. What is a level 0? Then what is a level 1? So let's start with that level 0. Level 0. Very interesting. This one includes all blocks in the specified data files, except blocks that have never ever been used. So guys, the key big thing here is this: except blocks that have never ever been used. Now, the next one, a level 0 backup. That's a level 0 incremental backup is specifically, well, let me don't even highlight that some more. So guys, you see they could call it a level 0 incremental, or they just call it level 0. So once you're a DB at the top of level 0, they don't have to put the word incremental, they don't have to put the word backup even. A level 0 backup is physically identical. So guys, it's physically identical to a full backup of the same data files, except that the full backup cannot be used as an incremental backup strategy. It stands alone. Then let's go now to level 1. Level 1 incremental backup can be one of two types. What are the one of two types? It will be either differential backup that backs up changed blocks since the last backup at level 0. Or level 1 even. Or even, no, level 1. Let me just end right there. Then guys, the next one is cumulative backup. There's two big things here, people. There's a level 1 differential backup. Then there's a level 1 cumulative. And that cumulative one backs up all change blocks since the last level 0. That's it. So guys, backs up all change blocks in the last level 0. And it ends. While the differential backup, let's go back to the top, backs up change blocks since last backup at level 0 or level 1. A level 0 backup can be either a backup set or an image copy. A level 1 can only be a backup set. Woohoo! After that, level 1 can only be a backup set. Whereas level 0, pick a different color. Level 0 can be either backup set or image copy. You use the following keywords in the Arman backup to specify. So guys, this is the syntax for your level 0 or level 1. So all you do is you do incremental level, then you could put 1 or 0 or 0 or 1. That's how you do that, the backups, guys.
Prof, the difference between differential and cumulative is saying backing up all the change blocks since the last level 0 backup. It's saying exactly the same thing in the differential.
Saying same thing in no. The cumulative backs up to the last level 0,
Okay.
but the differential back up to the last Arman backup, either level 1 or level 0.
Oh, okay.
You get the point?
Yeah. Thank
For
you, sir.
cumulative, it goes to level, let's say, watch, you do a level 0 backup yesterday. And since yesterday, every 4 hours, you've been doing level 1, level 1, level 1.
Level 1, okay.
So from yesterday to now, you must have had, let's assume you have 12 level 1 backups.
Okay.
Those level 1 backups, if they were level 1 differential, the default is level 1 differential.
Okay.
If they were level 1 differential, it means each backup, each of the 12 backups is different from the other.
Yeah.
Everyone begins from the way the last one ended.
Yes, but
But
cumulative
if you're doing cumulative,
goes to the 0. The
yes,
last Arman.
yeah. Cumulative never, it has nothing to do with level 1. It only goes back to the last level 0. That's a big difference.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, can we please have a breakout room?
Yes. Okay, guys, what time is it now? Let's take a few minutes break. And then we come back. Yeah, let me create you guys a room there. Let's take a few minutes break, and when we come back, we continue to finish that chapter. We must finish that chapter today. And then start talking about the other one. Let me look for... Let me go create you guys a room. Claim host. Let's see, I have to do it on the other computer. Yeah, maybe here. Yeah, I'm working on that. All breakout room. Create one. Create. All right, your room is created. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Prof.
9:10. Let's come back about 9:20, 9:25. I'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Arnold, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here, bro.
Maybe because you're holding a privilege. I think Prof needs to release that from you. I don't know.
If I have the privilege, then I should be able to.
I don't know why you cannot sign into the breaker room. So
Then I should be able to see. I
just
don't think I have the privilege. Because if I had the privilege of shutting down, everybody would have been.
and let's ask Prof why is it like that.
The host has opened the breakout room. Breakout rooms. Please wait to be assigned. That's what I see at my end. You may not see that.
Yeah, maybe because he has given you the co-host privilege before.
Okay, then I understand. And then it was what fixing it. I said it was trying to fix that car. Hmm. Yep. That's a good car. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you fix it just when you should let go. I said you fix it and let it go very soon. All right, let me run back to class, man. I just stepped out of class. Let me run back to my class. I was teaching. So, but overall, the conference was great. Yeah, we followed up online, so it was wonderful. It was great, and it was just a great experience. I just wanted to. How did your family meeting? Oh, it was wonderful. We stayed with family here for almost a week. Wow. And we had a house full. People sleeping everywhere. Wow. For about some 4 days or 5 days only. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let me run back to my classroom. We'll talk with chat again tomorrow. All right. Yeah, bye. All right. That was much longer than you all expected. Yes, guys. Let's move on again and see where we are. Let's go.
Hello. Good evening, Prof. Can you please assign the breakout room to me, please?
Are you not there?
To see it.
Nobody can get in?
No, Prince is there, but I cannot see it. See the breakout room from my end. It says I need to be assigned.
Wait, let me see. Maybe I made it in such a way. Not join. Just 1 second. No, I think instead everybody's in the. How come? You know what? Let me close all rooms, then do it again. Close all rooms. Close. Okay, guys, just hold on. I would create your room back for you guys. Yes. The so-called, I think the room that I made now is the wrong one.
Okay, sir.
Just 1 second.